All right, so we're going to start here with the NFC West. Just kicking it off with the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to talk briefly about each of their picks with varying degrees of length. But let's keep it quick. Let's keep it simple. Jeremiah Love, you saw our reactions day of. I don't think this is going to turn around the franchise, but it is a fun pick. It is an entertaining pick. Yada, yada, yada. Now, Chase Besantis is the kind of pick that helps you take that next step, I think. You would agree?
Yeah, it's going to help with that Jeremiah Love pick too.
Right. Now, Carson Beck, I mean, I'd give that a C minus. There are a lot of better quarterbacks on the board, and
The
you took
problem is
one that's
he was the
25.
second quarterback off the board.
He's the second quarterback off the board, and he's an older prospect. So I don't think he's a
Still not
short.
the oldest. Still not the oldest player drafted ever.
No, he's not a short term answer, and he's also not a long term answer. Caleb Proctor, nice depth piece. You got to fill a hole where Calais Campbell left, right?
Yep. Yeah, because
Um,
Campbell just signed with the Ravens.
Reggie Virgil, nice. You guys have some weapons. Carson Sherrar, cool depth piece. Jaden Williams, don't know much about him, but you picked a tackle from an SEC school in the 7th round. It's either going to be he's not in the league in 3 years, or he's going to be a decent backup, probably.
More than likely.
Yeah. So let's go to the Rams now.
Well, what would you give their draft as a whole?
Well, I would give them a C. Like they didn't impress me by any stretch of the imagination, but
I would also agree. However, I'm gonna give them a B minus because it also wasn't the worst draft in the world. They did get better.
they did get better, but it wasn't they didn't pick the players that would help turn it around quickly.
I mean, here's the thing: their defense wasn't a huge it's not great, but it's also not awful. There's definitely at least 10 defenses in the league that is worse than the Arizona Cardinals right now. At least that's how I
Right.
feel about it.
And you did lose guys like Jalen Thompson and that sort of thing. So I'm not exactly sure what this defense is going to look like. Again, I don't follow the Arizona Cardinals very closely, but you know, I
Well, I don't either,
I would
but
be very surprised if they did not have a top 10 pick next year.
oh, they're gonna have a top 10 pick next year, but I
Yeah.
also don't. I also think they're better than 3 wins.
I would say they're a good 4-win team. You
I
know
got.
what I mean?
I'll give them 6.
The most I'd go is like 5, to be frank. But I think Jeremiah Love is going to be a lot of fun to watch. At least you have something nice to watch in Arizona now, right?
True, and you're also after this year, you'll be off of the Kyler Murray contract, so you'll have money.
Right. And you also have decent offensive weapons. Actually, your receiving core is actually pretty good.
I don't think Michael Wilson is there still, unless he resigned and I didn't see it.
I believe Michael Wilson is still there. I haven't seen him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Michael Wilson is still there. Trey McBride,
I
Marvin
thought he
Harrison.
left. I was gonna say, but you got a top 3 tight end at worst. McBride, Marvin Harrison maybe can finally develop. He's got Mike LaFleur there. The offensive
Yeah.
line isn't the worst in the world. There's definitely worse. Adding Basantis only helps. You got a generational running back talent.
So it looks like Michael Wilson's still under contract this year. It's rookie deal. He signed in May 2023. It's a 4-year contract. He'll be a free agent next year.
23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, he will be a free agent next year. Yeah, no, that
I guess
sounds,
so.
that sounds all right.
Yeah, he's a
That's
3-year.
fine.
So
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
fine.
you have a pretty decent upside team here. But anyways, we're gonna go to the Rams.
Rams.
So
We don't even tell you right now. They had 5 draft picks. I understand drafting Ty Simpson as
but
the
you
heir
could
apparent to
have done
Stafford.
it or gotten an equivalent. You could have
The
gotten
rest of the draft, I could
it's
give. I
it's
don't
not a
care
good
about.
draft. It's really not.
It's
The
but the
NFC
worst
West.
part is, Sam. they're not the worst draft in their
No,
division.
no, no, no. But I will say the NFC West probably had the worst draft in out of all the divisions. They were the worst,
Yeah, probably.
and I think the NFC East was the best.
Oh, the NFC East killed it.
The NFC East killed it, but yeah, I'm Ty Simpson. I'd give it a B.
Well, but that's the
You're a
best.
win now
That's the thing,
team.
though.
The problem is that
Well,
you're a
that
win now team, and you have gone all in, and then all of a sudden you take a pick where you could really up. You could have gotten Ruben Bain. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And you took a guy who's not even going to play for you for a few years. I get it for the
I mean,
future,
it could
but
be.
you
It
don't.
could be after next year.
But you're. This is not a team. Yeah, right. It could be later. Like, or if you didn't
And
trade your other first round pick, or you made a trade with 61 and
well,
197 and moved up earlier in the second round to get a guy. But you went and you took Ty Simpson when you
I
said that you're a win now team, and you're not gonna have another top 15 pick.
well. Oh,
You
first of
might as well
all,
spend it on a
let me ask you
premium.
this, Sam. What position on the Rams is bad?
It's not necessarily about having a bad position. It's about getting a position or a player that can make an impact now, rather than make an impact when your
But
MVP quarterback is still playing for you.
the Rams are in a position, and I agree. I agree with everything you said. I'll make that clear. But the Rams are in a position where they don't see a hole on the roster. I don't see a hole on the roster. So why not
Tight
play?
end.
This
I know they got Max Clare.
dude. They have four tight ends on the roster,
I know.
so they don't need a tight end. Plus, when you already got Adams and Puka on the outside and Kyron in the backfield, it don't matter. Bottom line is, they were the one team in the draft that could draft planning for the future in terms of everything else on the roster is set or can be dealt with the following offseason.
I guess so. I mean,
But it's
like I
still a
get,
D.
I get what
It's a
you're
D
saying,
draft.
but it's a D draft. It's not. It's
First of
not.
all, you didn't need a fourth tight end
No.
unless you plan on Claire being your starter, not this year, but maybe the year after. But Ferguson was amazing. Terrence Ferguson was amazing last year, and he can just be the heir apparent at tight end. Maybe Keegan Trost turns into something because Rob Havenstein retired. So
But moving on, we're doing the worst draft in the NFC West. San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Dejon Stribling.
I'll tell you what. You want to know what their best pick was?
Their best pick was
Is Romello
Ephesians
Height.
Prysock. Oh, you're saying Romello Height?
Romello Height.
I would say the one value pick they
And
had
then
was
Prysock.
That was
Oh,
their
well,
best
yeah.
value pick. Kalen Black was not a good value pick. I think he can be
Nope.
good, but you don't pick in the third round. You're going to take a running back when you have Christian McCaffrey and
Well, also,
Brian
Kalen
Robinson
Black
Jr.
was Kalen Black. First of all, was like running back 15.
Yeah, and it was the same situation with
So,
Stribling. You took Stribling, and it was like, what are we
like,
like? This is not. You're
I
just
know.
getting Juwan Jennings 2.0.
Well, yeah, and I know that I'm gonna compare. I'm gonna compare the draft value of Black to Singleton and Allen here, but like, you could have picked one of those guys. That would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah, you needed to get better or more depth in the front seven. And sure, when you got Height,
But
Halton, and
well, here's the thing.
Duggar, but like
So,
those aren't.
well, here's the thing. They brought back Joey Greenlaw after he got cut. So Greenlaw and Warner, boom.
Right, but
But
I
they
like that.
traded. They traded their third best linebacker.
D Winters.
Yeah. Then they acquired Odigizua. Two separate trades. I don't know why you can just do it in one trade, but I digress. Right?
I did forget about the Odigizua thing, but I mean, so like I think the 49ers overall they got better this year, and really the way that
But
the
the
49ers,
draft itself
the reason they get
is
better
an
is
F.
because they get healthy. But no, this is a
Oh
D.
yes.
This is a D
No,
minus.
it's an F. It's an F.
This is as bad as it. This is
I'm gonna
not
tell
as
you why
bad
it's
as
an
it.
F.
Actually, no. This is not as
There's
bad as
one
it
team
gets.
worse.
There's
There's
one
one
team
team
worse.
that's worse.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
But this draft is an F, and here's why. And they came out and said we drafted based off of our board, not the consensus board. You at
Well,
least got to
that's
utilize the
fine.
consensus board
But
to figure out where they're going to get drafted.
can we say it louder for the people in the back? Because come on, like that's how you draft. And hey, shout out to that reporter from a week ago or so who called out John Lynch on his drafting
Yes.
strategy because it doesn't work. It
No.
really isn't work. You struck gold with Brock Purdy and you act like you're the king of the world and you know better than everyone. That was a lucky pick. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
Uh,
the best draft in the division was the Seahawks, the Super Bowl
yeah.
champions.
Yeah.
I don't
Uh,
care that you took a running back at pick 32. You needed to.
so here's the deal with them. You needed a running back. Now, did I think that Jadarian Price should have been a first round pick? I don't necessarily think
But
so.
there was only one first round running back, to be
There's
fair.
only one first round running back,
And
and
at pick 32, I don't really care.
I
Jadarian
don't.
Price was a top 5 back in the draft, and at that point, with Love already gone, you take your preference at that point.
You take your preference, but Price just isn't that next guy for me. But they do have
Well,
Charbonnet,
he wasn't the
so
next
they
guy.
have a buffer. They have a buffer. It's not like
And
the end of the
Charbonnet's
world.
coming off a torn ACL, so this is their starter right now.
Yeah. Bud
I
Clark. I
love Bud
like
Clark.
that
I
pick.
love
That was
Blood.
a
I
good.
love
That was a good
Blood.
pick.
Bud Clark. Bud Clark,
Julian
great value
Neal.
pick. Julian Neal,
Julian Neal.
great value pick.
Feels like that's okay. Bo
Bo
Stevens.
Stevens, great pick.
That's my favorite pick of their draft at
Right.
148.
The other 4 nice depth pieces, probably practice
You
squad
take
guys.
a shot.
But still, I
you're
love the
taking
first 4
shots.
picks. I love their first 4 picks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plain and simple.
So as a whole, this is. They didn't have any great picks, right? And position wise. So with what they were dealt, this is a good draft. When you put it in the
And
overall scheme of things,
it would have been
I
a
would
great
say
draft if they got an edge.
that would have definitely helped. I think they're sticking with what they got because I don't think they're really. They're losing Mafe and
Yeah, but they weren't paying Boye and Mafe
right.
$20 million a year coming off a 2-sack season.
No, so you're trying to
So that's fine.
get what you can. But the
You
point
still
is,
have Nuosu and Tank. So
as a whole, compared to all the other drafts, this is B minus.
yeah, this is a B. Absolutely, I agree.
So yeah, sweet. That is the NFC West. There you have it. An overall grade. You can do the math. Not a
No, not a
one.
good overall grade as a
No,
division.
not at all.